For some reason, I think God is just being partial.
Are you seriously saying this?
Don't give me that look. You know I'm saying the truth. What else do you have to tell me?
Abel, what has come over you? Why are you sounding like this?
What has come over me? Well, I'm tired of all these lies you Christians always come to tell people about God. I have been in this country for 10 years now. I have no work, no document, and can't even boast of a house of my own. Yet, I pray every morning to this same God.
And you think that God is responsible?
Ruth, don't just provoke me. Don't just get me upset now. Just leave me to myself.
Abel, you see, God is not a man that he should lie. Whatever God says he will do, that he will always do. So God cannot be responsible for the downfall of his children. You know why?
Why?
Because he said in his word in the book of Jeremiah 29 verse 11 that for the thought I have for you, the plan I have for you is of good and not of evil, to give you an expected end. The Lord has said in his word in this Jeremiah 29 verse 11, he says that he knows the thought he has, the thought that he thinks towards you. He said the thought of peace and not of evil. Now this is God talking to us, that the thought he has for us is the thought of peace and not of evil, to give us an expected end. When we are not living according to this expected end, then there is a problem. Many people do not realize this, that the thought of God towards them is of good, is of peace, and not of evil. Because he said in his word, in this same Jeremiah 29 verse 12, then ye shall call upon me, and ye shall go and pray unto me, and I will hearken unto you. I will hearken unto you. This is the word of the Lord. Because the people do not know about this truth, because you do not know that this is what the Lord is saying, that is why you find yourself in certain conditions. That is why the things you do in your life, nothing is going at all. Why? Because you do not know this truth. You are ignorant of this truth. You are ignorant of this truth. Many times people blame God. They blame God for their circumstances. They blame God for what they are going through, not knowing that the thought that the Lord God Almighty has for them is the thought of peace, the thought of good, and not of evil. God has already set an end for us. He has already set an expected end for us, and waiting for us to walk up to that end. But because we are being distracted by the things of this world, because we are distracted by the things around us, the things surrounding us, then we cannot be able to get those things that God has kept for us. Abel, God is not the problem. The question you should be asking yourself is this: do I really know this God? Do I really know this God? For 10 years, you have been praying without results. Do I really know this God? Because when your father tells you, son, I'm going to give you this. If you do this for me, I'm going to give you this. Surely he will redeem the promise when you do it. That is the same way God tells us, because Bible says that we are the one that complicate our life. We complicate things. You see, that is the same way that God is telling us in this same Jeremiah 29 verse 13. He says, and ye shall seek me and find me when ye shall search for me with all your heart. Now this is what God is asking us to do in order for us to walk in this promise that he has set for us, in order for us to achieve this thing that he has kept for us, in order for us to get this, acquire this reward. You don't have to only pray in the morning, but you have to seek God. You have to seek him out. You have to sort him out. Seek him out. Seek him beyond your morning prayer. Seek him beyond your fasting and prayer. Seek him beyond your walk with him. You have to seek him with all your heart. When you cannot give God all of you, you cannot receive all of him. When you are not willing to submit, to drop everything, to drop your everything, to drop your time, to drop everything to him, then you cannot receive all of him. If you know God as a God that cannot help you, then he will be a God that cannot help you. If you know God as a God of protection, then he will be a God of protection to you. He will protect you. If you know God as your helper, then he will help you. So the issue here is for you to know God, for you to get to know him. When you know him, then you will know what to say. So Abel, God is not partial. We are the one who do not know the plans of God for us. God is not partial. We are the one who are too busy to get to know God, are too busy to know God. We are the one that is complicating things. God is not partial. He's not.
How do I seek this God?
That's a good question. How do you seek this God? How do we seek him? That's a very wonderful question. You seek God with all your heart. You seek him with everything in you. Now, seeking God with all your heart is when you come to God, you come to God with sincerity. You come to God with a sincere heart. For example, when you want to preach the gospel, you want to evangelize, the motive behind that evangelism, what is the motive behind it? When you are going to God to pray, when you are doing your morning prayer, what is the motive of that morning prayer? What is that thing in your heart? That is what God is looking at. Because our prayer is like an order that goes straight to God. When we are praying, God perceives it like an order. Okay, he perceives it like an order, and the one that is coming out from a heart that is not good, then that one will not be received. But the one that is coming out from a sincere heart, that will God receive. That is why Cain and Abel, the sacrifice of Abel was received, because God perceived his prayer. But the sacrifice of Cain was not received because of his heart, because his heart wasn't a sincere heart. What most people do not realize is that God cannot be mocked. God cannot be mocked. He is the God that knows all things. He is the God that seeth the things you do in secret and in open. So when you are seeking God, you are seeking for your own benefit. You are seeking him because you feel like, yeah, you should seek him now, you're gonna get money. You are seeking him because of what is in his hand. Then you can't find him. But when you seek God because you want to get what is in his heart, because you want to know the mind of God, then you receive all he has promised. Don't be eager to see the miracle, but be eager to seek and to know the God of the miracle, the God that is behind the miracle.
Oh Lord, have mercy. I'm sorry, Lord.